So, if you think that Miss Anne, if you think Becky is just going to allow you to come over here and take her man, you got another thing coming. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And today we're going to be not tonight, today we're going to be discussing this whole phenomenon about black women dating white women. All right. And I know people are going to be like, nah, nah, you should be encouraging this. Isn't your husband white? Yes, he is a German Viking, blonde hair, blue-eyed man. And I say all of that to say that while a lot of people feel very happy for us, and my family is very supportive, and his family is extremely supportive, and I'm very grateful for the support that we've gotten on both sides because I know a lot of people who have gone through some very, very difficult situations when it comes to dating outside of their race, and that can cause a lot of strife in the relationships because without family support, relationships don't usually last. So I'm grateful to have not had that experience. I will say also that I have had such experiences in the past when dating outside of my race. If you guys don't know, I am an indigenous woman from the tribe of the Garifuna people in the Caribbean. And so we're a very multifaceted people on a whole. We adapt and assimilate. I guess you could say adapt and assimilate to cultures very easily and quickly because that's been our MO in order to survive. My husband is from a village and he is a very nice, charming, sweet, good-looking guy most of the time. Most of the time, as we all are, right? We're not 100% of whoever we think we are all of the time. Sometimes we have our bad days and sometimes we have our pretty good days. And so encompassing all of that, we have been married for this year we'll make 10 years and we've been together 12. And let's get into the juiciness, right? Like I said in the beginning of the video, there have definitely been some points in times where some women of European descent felt some kind of way about our relationship. So much so that a lot of them, in my opinion, felt like they could come in between in various ways, shapes, and forms, but between me and my husband. And when I was younger, like when we had just started dating, I used to take that shit very personally. Until I realized that if I were in their position, right? Because like he's not, depending on who the guy is, you may or may not get more drama. And like I said, my husband's not an ugly guy. He's a very well spoken, well mannered, good looking guy who any woman would want to be with. And women feel some kind of way about that sometimes. And I can see that that's an issue because a lot of the times I would be confronted with women trying to get in between us, or making snide comments. One comment, um, one time, and I'm going somewhere with this, guys, so just be very patient. One time we were at an official place where people go to get official things done. And my husband said to this person, yes, we've been married 2 years. Um, and the official person that was there to officially deal with us as a couple, all right? This was like an official situation. Her comment was, we'll see how long it is. Just like, ma'am, you know? And so it was very evident to me that this is an attitude that women have across the board. It doesn't matter if you're black, because I know a lot of the times black men will say that black men will say that black women feel a certain kind of way about black men dating white women, and black women are starting to feel like they're being left out of the dating market because black men are not interested in dating them, that black men are not checking for them. So, oh, I'll just go and date Brad, you know? No, you ain't just gonna go on and date Brad without Susan or Becky having something to say about it, because they feel some kind of way too, you know? Of course, um, to that, you want to know that there's an important caveat of most men want their women, and I know a lot of people have come for me for and say that that's not true about black men. Well, black men are the most desired. Um, most women want their men, and most men want their women. You know what I'm saying? And so if you find a Brad or a Simon that is just like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna see what else is out there, you know, liking feeling me a little bit of chocolate, then good for you. You know what I'm saying? I think that people should be able to, people should be allowed to date who they want without the disruption of society coming in between that and telling them that they can't. But don't expect that people of any society are just going to take it without saying things. Like, we have had people say things to us in front of our faces and behind our backs, and we've been blessed to not have that be such an occurring theme within our relationship that it has to be constantly discussed. And I think that a large part of that is that it's very rare that you will have black, still it's still very rare, although it's starting to be less and less of an issue. It's still very rare that you will have black women dating black men, and that's becoming more and more increasingly a non-issue. You will see more and more um women, black women, starting to date outside their race, and I'm all for it. I think that, you know, if you can, go ahead and do so, but be very considerate of Becky not checking for that in a general sense, because this is not, this channel is not about that. Okay, but who am I kidding? It is. Um, Becky has always been the center of attention in many instances, and she's gonna feel some kind of way if men are not seeing her as a complete 100% object of desire and wanting something else outside of what that standard is. Um, I have talked about Black beauty standards to some degree, and I feel like I want to have a deeper conversation about what those standards are and what they are not. Because what we have been fed, another lie that we have been fed, is how undesirable we are. And I think it's a dual process topic because um, is it the art imitating life, or is life imitating art? Whereas we feel like because we're undesirable, a lot of us don't put ourselves in a position to be desired. Or is it true that um and I talk a lot about that when I talk about how women have this issue, black women have this issue with our weight, with our demeanor, with our, those two things are the most biggest issues, I think, standing in front of me right now. But other than that, you know, our men still very much desire us in the concept and the conduit of what it means to be with black men. But because we spend so much time fighting with our men, and I know that this is not what this video is about, but because we spend so much time being programmed to fight with our men, is that we have actually learned to be with our men. And so when you're getting into the swirling scene, please be very aware of why you are choosing that over what seems to be, or what would seem to be, the more natural selection, which is your own. And a lot of that, of course, like I always um advocate for mental health and self-awareness, and those things go hand in hand. Because there's that's a huge issue when it comes to dating. So thank you guys for stopping by. If you have any comments, if I've left anything out, if you think that there's something that I want to divulge in a little bit more, please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.